church tonight. I appreciate those come out tonight. Had a good service last night. I appreciate all of you that was here. I appreciate the preacher. Well, we had the Biddy family last night. They sang their hearts out, did a great job.
Amen.
And, man, just the Spirit of God moved. And we had some good little fellowship this morning around the table there, Cracker Barrel. And we discovered a lot of inward truths. We won't get into that. But we did discover some inward truths. We discovered some leadership failures in the church. And we won't get into that. Zach, we're going to leave you alone. I'm just kidding. We had such a good time. Such a good time this morning. I want to tell you something. That last verse of that song says, I just want to thank you for being my friend, for being a friend so dear, giving my sad heart cheer, for holding my hand when I could not stand. I want to tell you something tonight. I've spent most of my day today outside, on the phone, counseling church members that don't even go here, in another church. And I want to tell you something. It scares me to death to see what other churches are going through, because I've been there in that exact position. And I had this thought today as I was talking to them, a couple different ones. I said, you know, this morning we discussed what church was around that table. And I realized that in the day that we're in, this ain't popular. And it ain't a lot of times, it's not comfortable. But I'd much rather have what goes on here than I would anywhere.
Right.
I just to be honest with you tonight, I got a burden. I've got a real heavy burden right now. We stand in a place where some are stepping up and some are stepping away. Sometimes you just have to let the cards fall where they do. And it's like I told those precious church folks today. I said, listen, it ain't your problem, it ain't my problem to discipline people. You lead them, guide them, and direct them, and God will judge them. God will discipline them. I want to tell you something tonight. We all stand in need of spiritual growth. Every one of us. From the youngest, wherever the littlest youngin' is in here, to the oldest. We're in need of a touch from God. And just like what we got last night, I need it again. I need it again. Let's do this, if we will. As she plays, I just want to do this. If the men will come, let's gather around this altar. Let's pray. Let's ask God. I want you to do something a little different tonight. I want you to ask God to I want you to ask God to come down to us tonight. Meet with us. But pray specific tonight. Pray God meets your need. Meets your need. Every one of us. Listen, I got needs. You've got needs. We all ask God to meet your needs tonight, if you will. Men, you come over here. Ladies, you come over here. If you can, if you will. If not, pray right there in your seat. And it's no different. You just pray. Seek God. And I'll lead us in prayer. We're going to pray specific tonight. This is revival. We ought to be able to ask God for what we need. Not necessarily what we want, but what we need. Let's just ask God for help. Lord God Almighty, we come to you tonight. Lord, I humbly bow before you tonight. And Lord, as Moses said, Lord, we enter into holy ground. God, tonight I ask you, Lord, to meet with us. Lord, you've done it so many times, and it ought not even be a surprise. But God, tonight, we need you. Lord, we see the need in each and every, we know our own needs. We see the needs for our own growth. Lord, our own healing. God, I just ask you right now, Lord, to take those that you've put in here tonight. Lord, meet their every need. God, I pray, Lord, if it's a burden, a heavy heart, Lord, maybe a family member's weighing heavy on them. God, I pray you take that tonight. Lord, do what only you can do. God, I pray for discernment tonight for the man of God. Lord, I pray, God, you just bless the singing. Lord, may the Spirit of the Holy One dwell with us tonight in all that we do. Lord, if not, this will be in vain. God, I just ask you tonight as we bow, worship you, honor you, praise you. Oh God, you're so worthy. Lord, you took us all out of our wretched state. Lord, set our feet upon a rock. Lord, now I know. But God, we stand in a time where, Lord, we need to take the next step. But we stand in a place where flesh will fall flat on its face. Man's way will only destruct. But God's way will lead us. Lord, help us tonight, I pray, in all that we do. God, restore the joy of our salvation. Lord, let us not forget what you've already done. God, I pray for what you're going to do. Thank you, Lord, for your precious mercy and grace. In Jesus' most precious, most holy name we pray. Amen and amen. Sing praise, how sweet the do run neck and neck. If you're saved, you ought to know that your name is there. Let's sing it out tonight.
Jesus, it's silver
We come to church and we do church. We do church. We act out the church. And here's what happens is the well is full of water. And we go every now and then if it's convenient. But we'll go to the well, the water's there. We'll get a cup, but we'll only lick the outside. We don't actually get what God's got for us. Preacher, how do you know that? Because you leave the water there and you pick your problems up and you're going back. Someone says, we're going to the well again the other day. February the 2nd, 2010. I'm doing it again. My life went into pieces. Destroyed. Anxiety attacks. I had more anger and not fear. More anger and bitterness. And I wanted to seek revenge on those that had gotten me. Broke into my house, took my child's security, took everything we had when they didn't take their broke. I'd lay in the bed at night, y'all heard this story, and my wife would lay there with her hand on me, wouldn't go to sleep until I went to sleep first. And she'd say, "You okay?" I said, "I think so." She said, "Well, I don't believe so. I can feel your heartbeat in the mattress." And I remember going, God, I can't keep on. I can't. I'm going. Can I be real? It's revival. I'll be real with you. I said, God, if I see him again, I'm going to shoot him. I'm killing him. I had one gun left that they didn't steal from me. And I knew who did it. I said, if I see him, I'm going to kill every one of them. I'm done with this. Man of God would say, boy, you better lay that down and not pick it back up. And I said, I've done it. I have prayed and God has not answered. I'm tired. I'm just going to deal with this on my own behalf. Broken as I could be. One day, a pastor's wife, she looked me in the eyes and she said, you're lying to yourself, you're lying to me, and you're lying to God. She said, you've been to that well how many times? And you've yet to leave your problems and get the problem solved. I'd go back home and I'd be in an utter mess. I came to the well one night, came to the altar in the church, laid on the altar so long the next morning I got up, I had carpet burn on my forehead. Went to work, didn't even know it. They said, what in the world, man? You got the measles or the mumps or something? Your whole head's messed up. And laid there and cried for so long at that altar, begging God to take it, and I'm done. And you know, since that day, I have never had another anxiety attack, panic attack. Y'all know the story, many of you do. I said, God, I'm going to lay it down here, and I'm going to be a deal maker. You don't make deals with God, people say. I did. Right or wrong, I did. I said, Lord, I'm going to give this to you, but I want one thing in return. Give me a chance to preach to every one of them. 3 out of the 4 I've been able to preach to. One of them was in jail, 2 of them's been in here. One of them walked in just a few months ago, had no idea I was a pastor of this church, and he had broke into my house until we looked eye to eye. And I said, hey, I'm Pastor Sean. He said, and I walked away, and the man was sitting beside him and said, do you know that preacher? He said, I'm afraid I do. Broke into my house. But I said, God, let me preach to him. I can't save him. God has met 3 of the 4. And I got to stay faithful to get to the 4th one. But not a day since that day that I laid it down at the well. I don't thirst no more for that anxiety. I don't struggle with that anger. Listen, she's going to sing the next verse. That water's there. There's some people that I know that are in this church, members of this church, have not been to the well in so long they couldn't even tell you what the water tastes like. You know where they're at tonight? They're at home, pouting in their condition. Well, why are you telling us about that? Because you're going to be there if you don't handle your problems too. Listen to me, the best I know how. If God's dealing with you on something I don't care, you please give it to Him. Give it to Him. Give it to Him. It's the best thing I ever done. Outside of giving my life to God. She's going to sing one more verse. You just mind the Lord tonight, please. He's there. He wants to help you. Maybe somebody is about to quit praying for that child, for that son or that daughter. You got a daddy that's been praying for both of you. He sat right over there last night. He didn't quit praying. He'd go to that well and look what's happened. We can't quit. As easy as it is to throw in the towel, I don't want to give up. How old is your dad? 86 years old. His mama's got cancer. They're draining about a gallon of fluid off her abdomen a week right now. She comes to church and sits there with a smile. She says, whether I live or whether I die, I'm a winner either way. There's sense evidence of prayer. If you'll be real with yourself tonight, we're all evidence of prayer. Don't give up. Don't give up. Man will tell you you can't do it. God will say, I'm going to get you through it. Just mind the Lord. Sing another verse.
He knew where I've been, and He told me all that I'd done. But still He loved me anyway, and He will do the same for you if you'd only ask Him to.
sitting by somebody you can't hardly stand, feel free to smack them upside down. It's Saturday night. It ain't Sunday. You can get away with it. Hasn't the Lord been good to us?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to 1 Corinthians. I got one burden on my heart. Hasn't the Lord been really, really good to us?
Yes, sir.
Amen. I'm going to say something. Expect y'all to say amen. Aren't you glad you have a pastor that loves you?
Amen.
Bigger than that, aren't you glad you have a Savior that loves you?
Amen.
That's why you got a pastor, because Jesus loves you. I'll give you shepherds, he said. I'll give you pastors. Amen. Ah, what a blessing. All right, sister, now, I'm done singing now. So in the red field, you might have to be ready to come up and sing. Come up, play and sing a little. Might be a great blessing. You've been to the red field, you know that may or may not happen.
That's right.
But mother-in-law's praying in a grand piano. We done claimed it. Got no upright piano. It's like a stiff-necked upright Baptist piano. We need one that's laid down.
That's right.
On this side. Hadn't the Lord just treated us real good?
Yes, it is.
Amen. All right, is everybody in 1 Corinthians? I believe the Lord's going to help us tonight. It's mighty sweet hanging around these days. Now, did you say 5 years? Is that how long this church has been going?
Yes, sir.
5? Well, Joe Parsons said, take 5 years. It takes 5 years to clear off a spot. It'll take another 5 years to get your foundation laid. And after 10 years, you can start working on your building. And he wasn't talking about this. After 20 years, he said, you people will come around and see what kind of church that y'all's made for the Lord, and the Lord's made for y'all.
Amen.
God bless his name. You just now got a spot cleared off, friend. Oh, what a price is paid. We had a good time at the breakfast this morning, me and Brother Eddie and Brother Don. I don't know if I see you. Brother Don. And I know he had a full day. And then Brother Zach, we found out what a manly man Zach was. I mean, we just did. What a great man. What a real man Brother Zach is. What a man. We just found out a lot of things there. The old barrel just kept cracking at the barrel. Amen. We had a dangerously good time. They almost escorted us out twice. And nearly that. And even the fella helping us said, y'all from what's the name of this county, Madison?
Yes.
Is it? Y'all from Madison County? I'm like, they are. I'm from elsewhere, sir. And he said, well, you're the one I think I know. right there. And Zach, he was just precious, though. You know what a man told me about digging a well the other day, last week, a man who digs wells. He said, you'll find water where the rock, it's always on the table, the rock, and he said, but it's only where that rock has been broken and waters come in.
Oh, my.
He said, you'll only find water down there in a broken place.
Wow.
That's what he told me last week on the phone. And I thank the Lord. He knows what he's doing in our lives.
Yes, sir.
All right, 1 Corinthians, and we're going to go right to chapter 11. I believe the Saturday night crew could handle this, and so I'm not sure about the Sunday morning crew, and so we're going to bring this word tonight. It's in my heart to put it in this church body. This is a precious piece of scripture, and it's a beautiful piece of scripture. Now in 1 Corinthians 11, we're heading for the Lord's Supper. You can see it down there in verse 20. You come together therefore into one place. He mentions the Lord's Supper. And he said, now this just ain't regular supper like you have every night. It's the church of God. It's the Lord's Supper, the precious body and blood of Christ. Now them old timers taught me that if Satan's working in your church, you have the Lord's Supper. It always exposes Judas and expels Judas, expunges the body. Well, watch. So I'll know the reason people start slipping out. I'll know why. It's midnight. Thank you, sir. Amen. You know Brother Zach? You know Zach? You know Zach? Need to get to know him. Zach's a great man. All right. 1 Corinthians. Now, look in chapter 11, verse 31. I'm going to give you something in 5 minutes. All right, you get a free study tonight. I'm going to give you something in 5 minutes, and then I'm going to read my text and share my burden with you tonight. But y'all want an extra little study out of Corinthians? And we got an abbreviated meeting this weekend. We just crammed in a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so you're going to get a little extra. And I'll let you out before you get wore out, okay? That's the deal. Now, chapter 11, verse 31, if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. Now, this generation, the only verse in the Bible they like is Matthew 7:1.
That's right.
Judge not, that you be not judged. Sodomites will quote that to you. Little contemporary rebels leaving old-fashioned churches and going to their little mega church with their little sissy preacher and their 7 co-elder women pastors. Help me right there. They'll holler out that, don't judge not, that you be not judged. And that's the only verse the world likes. Well, 1 Corinthians tells us that there's several things we ought to judge.
Yes,
and I want to put that in this body. I'm going to put that in this body. Because I'd like to come back a decade from now and there be an old-fashioned Holy Ghost revival going on with the blood of Jesus and the power of God, and you ain't going to have it tolerating everything that comes down the pipe.
Come on, preach.
That's where you men were supposed to say amen. I've been meaning to ask y'all about that, and I'm being serious. How come you men are quiet around here?
Come on, preach.
I'm an evangelist to the churches. I'm asking you men a question. How come, and you don't answer me right now. Answer me outside later. And I'll have Zach with me. He's one of my best friends. Him and Eddie. And why are you men quiet when y'all pray?
Come on, preach.
When the church gathers down here to pray, you men ought to have a voice. Why ain't y'all praying? Y'all ought to pray. And then number 2, why ain't y'all shouting every time y'all hit a good spot?
Come on, preach.
You know it's the charismatics that do all the hand clapping.
Come on, preach.
They have to because they got no voice. Y'all can't just look at me, talk to me. They've lost their voice. John the Baptist did. He lost his voice when he sassed that angel. And he didn't get his voice back until he got on the same page and wrote down what God had written down. And then he got a voice back.
That's right.
And he went to praying and prophesying and shouting. Y'all ain't helping me.
Come on.
I wonder why the men are quiet. It's always dangerous in a church when the men are silent.
Come on.
The men are not supposed to be silent in the church. Y'all might be out of order, but there's supposed to be a voice in the church. Y'all talk to me. Your pastor ought not be the only one praying out loud, praising God out loud, shouting out loud, and saying amen out loud to the things of God. Okay? I was going to ask y'all about that. Now, we need some judgment in the church. Y'all ready? We're going to run through Corinthians. Hurry, chapter 2. Hurry. I only got 3 minutes left for this. Chapter 2. And verse 15. But he that is spiritual. What? I want the next word. I'm in chapter 2, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things. That don't mean he stands there like a Pharisee, looks down his nose, and condemns everything that comes in front of him. It's not that kind of self-condescending, condemning judgment. It means he that is spirit, the natural man don't have any discernment, can't pass judgment on anything, has no judgment concerning anything. But a spiritual-minded man ought to have judgment and discernment in all things.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hurry. Now, chapter 3. Here's another judgment. We better be ready for it. It's in verse 15. What about that? We're going from 2:15 to 3:15, and there's the judgment seat of Christ. If any man's work should be burned, he shall suffer loss. He himself should be saved and soiled by fire. Previous verses, verse 12, there's gold, silver, precious stones. That's everything you did for him. Wood, hay, and stubble, that's everything you've done for yourself. I'm going to tell you another judgment that we better have, not only spiritual judgment, but we better have the judgment seat of Christ in our life.
Come on, preacher.
Here's what I mean. I'm living for the judgment seat of Christ.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Right now, this moment, I'm not standing here to see how good I'll do. I'm not here for your applause. I'm not here to serve y'all. I'm not here to impress him. I'm not here to try to enrich or further myself. I'm here out of obedience in the will of God. And what I do tonight and how I do tonight and who I do it for and what I do it for, it'll come out at the judgment seat of Christ.
Preacher, you're right, preacher. Exactly right.
I'm not looking at if there's 1,000 here or if there's only 5 here. I'm looking at the judgment seat of Christ tonight, and I want to be faithful and be true.
Yes, sir. Come on, preacher.
Okay? We got to quit living for people. We got to quit living for popularity. We got to quit living for success. And we certainly got to quit living for self. We got to live for the Savior.
Amen.
I can say, well done. Okay, y'all are doing good. Here's the third one. Chapter 5 is the business of church discipline. So here we've got some folk that live in open sin. And then would you go right to verse 12? What have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within, but them that are without, I'm in chapter 5, verse 13, but them that are without, God judgeth. Therefore put away from among yourselves that wicked person. What about them? Now, we're commanded to have church discipline. And what he's saying right there is, God will judge that world out there. Hey, folks, it ain't our job to straighten the world out.
That's right.
You ain't going to.
You're right.
I don't need to run a rabbit. I got another message to get to. I don't need to run a rabbit. I don't need to run a rabbit. I don't need to run a rabbit here. But you know I'm wanting to. You know I'm wanting to. Oh my, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Whew. Somebody get that rabbit out of here. Folks, it ain't our job. I'm going to run that rabbit. It ain't our job to straighten America out.
Yes, sir.
You ain't going to straighten none of the nations out. That's like these goofballs trying to control the climate. What the hell's you? You ain't going to affect the wind, the water, the ice, the heat, the sun. Honey, we're a speck of dirt on this planet. Mankind can't affect the climate if he wanted to.
Right.
You silly outfits. You're a tree-hugging, Mother Earth-loving, nature-loving, pagan, New Age pantheist going to bust hell wide open with all that junk. You ain't got a Mother Earth. You're supposed to have a Heavenly Father.
Amen.
Run 2 rabbits in one. I mean, good night, preacher. All right, now, watch this. Please, you ain't going to stop them. God's drawing the nations together against Jerusalem.
Come on.
The prophetic wheels are turning. Heart of the king's in the hand of the Lord. God ain't never used the church to turn a government around. He uses the church to get sinners out of hell.
Amen.
Anyway, that was totally free. Zach made me do that. He made me totally do that. Now, watch this. So, where are we at? Okay, I'm in chapter 5, verse 12. And this is church discipline. And Paul said, God's going to straighten the world out, but it's up to you, church, to straighten out what's happening in the church. I need a little help. Come on. See? And he said in chapter 5, church discipline. Now, I promise you, down at your mega church, there ain't going to be no church discipline. They won't even know who you are.
That's right.
They're going to do one little quick service in that area. Come on, help me now. And they ain't no pastors operating down there. They ain't no deacons operating down there. They ain't no Lord's Supper operating down there. They got small cell groups during the week and split up services on Sunday. Y'all ain't helping me. Let me tell you something. You're close enough to a university town. Everybody in the world wants to go to this mega church model. God spent all his time trying to get the church in one accord, in one place, so he could pour his power out. And that bunch is determined to get them all in separate places, separate services, separate groups.
That's right.
Y'all help me now.
Come on, Richard.
watch this. He said in chapter 5, you got to live in some sin. In verse 5, you want to deliver them unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved. Verse 6, your glory is not good. Honey, if you're going to have church, I'd sure like for the glory to be good.
That's right. Amen.
That's why I'm here plowing like I'm plowing, preaching like I'm preaching, getting in the ditch with your pastor and with your men and with your church members, is so y'all can have a real church and really have church and have good glory.
That's right.
Not have something slimy, not have something sensual, not have something corrupt, not have something tainted, not have something contaminated, not have something sour, not have something demonic. Y'all better talk to me.
Come on, really.
Good glory. Get that little leaven out of that lump. So he said there to purge it out. Verse 9, I wrote to you not to company with fornicators. And in verse 11, if any brother, if any man that's called a brother, be a fornicator or covetous or idolater or a reveler, if somebody uses hard words against the Lord's people, or a drunkard or an extortioner, such a one know not to eat. Hey, y'all know you ain't supposed to fellowship with everybody?
That's right, Brandon. Come on.
What is it? Is it in chapter 6, the other one? Yeah, it's in 2 Corinthians 6. What fellowship hath Christ with light? What fellowship hath light with darkness? Hey, y'all got some of that sloppy, agape, charismatic, Fruit Loop love, where you fellowship with everything that is not biblical love.
Come on, Brandon.
You ain't supposed to, you can't have fellowship with this world. You can offer friendship.
That's right.
That's different than fellowship.
That's right.
Brother, when somebody's under church discipline, you ain't supposed to run around and pet them and hold their hand and mollycoddle them and tell them that you know everybody down there at the church is mean and that old preacher, he's such a meanie weenie and we don't like him either. Y'all talk to me.
Come on, Brandon.
Y'all talk to me. Not to eat. You don't sit down and have fellowship with somebody that God's turning over to Satan. Y'all judge that world. We're responsible to judge within the church.
Yes, sir.
Does this mean that we tackle everything that's wrong with everybody in the church? No. It takes wisdom, takes discernment, takes the power of God. There's something that has to be dealt with, then it'll be dealt with. Can I get a witness?
Amen.
All right. Then in chapter 6, we don't sue each other. Verse 2, do you not know saints to judge the world? Verse 3, don't you know we'll judge angels? Woo! There's a message there, Pastor. Oh my, this is the millennial reign. I cannot chase this forever. I'll have to preach a whole other message. Folks, those who suffer and serve with Him in the church age will rule and reign with Him in the millennial age.
Amen, preacher.
You fellas say amen. Y'all still just looking at me. We talked about this 10 minutes ago. Are y'all slow learners? Let's try that again. I said those who suffer and serve in a low, meek place now will rule and reign in a high place then.
Amen.
Why would you keep your 70 years for yourself now
Oh, my.
and have great loss in that 1,000 years later?
Come on, man. Good preacher.
I'm giving Him all I got in my 70 plus 10 if He's merciful right now, knowing that He's going to reward 1,000-fold in that 1,000-year reign.
That is exactly
Don't
right.
leave me alone. We're running around. Oh, Zach, quit! You're good. Zach's doing this. All right, chapter 6. Know you not we should judge angels? Preacher.
Come on.
Trying to get to my other study. Don't know what else is going on here. We'll see them angels in our text. These ain't good angels. They don't need no judgment. There's a lot of angels under judgment. Some of them locked up in judgment right now. Y'all talk to me. I need my Bible readers to talk to me.
Come on.
Give me a little volume, boys. Make me think I'm loud. All right? Give me a little volume. Thank you. Now watch this. Judge angels. I ain't got time to preach this. We've got to get to chapter 11. Y'all are getting a double whammy tonight. You reckon all them old wicked fallen angels that's been assigned, I don't mean this in an ugly way, Pastor, not cussing, they've been assigned to give you hell. Do you think on the other side of the Lord Just go like Brother Eddie likes it.
That's right.
You got them Wranglers on tonight, Eddie? Hey, man. Watch this. Yes, sir. I believe in it. I'm a Wrangler man. Now, watch this. You reckon on the other side that God's going to let some of them devils that have persecuted us? You boys ain't helping me tonight. You're just looking at me. We're going to judge angels. All right, we're moving on here. I'm just talking about there's a lot of judgment that we need. Now, there's just a lot of judgment that we need. And now we're back to our text, chapter 11, verse 31. Hadn't the Lord been good to us? Okay. And chapter 11 talks about hair. Now, I'm aware I now have been up here 11 plus 5. I've been up here 16 minutes. Aren't y'all glad I know that? Glad I know that. Okay, I do know that. And I know you're not worried about it. It's Saturday night.
That's right.
People that didn't want to go to church did not. All right. Chapter 11 talks about hair for several verses. Do you see it? It sums it up in verse 14. Does not even nature, are y'all in 1 Corinthians 11? Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it's a shame unto him? But if a woman have long hair, it's a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. Now we've been talking about the head. This started with a conversation on the head. Look in verse 3. But I'd have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. And then it said in verse 4, when the men are praying and prophesying, having their head covered, dishonoreth his head. Verse 5, and every woman that prayeth and prophesieth, the head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. Verse 7, a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for much as he's the image and glory of God. But the woman is the glory of the man. I bet them 2 million outfit the day after Trump's inauguration and gathered up and celebrated how they kill babies. You remember the day after the inauguration? Women gathered in D.C. and several major cities across the world and celebrated how they kill babies. It was a celebration of death.
Right.
We are our own God. We kill our babies. Hear us roar. I bet they wouldn't like this verse. Do you? Y'all talk to me. Y'all better talk to me, because the more you talk to me, the less I talk to you. You don't talk to me, there's just all kind of empty air, and I talk to you. Y'all talk to me now. I bet they don't appreciate that little Bible insight. The woman is the glory of the man. Now, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Now, I'm going to need to say this. If I get a good amen, we're moving on. The more y'all talk, the less I talk. You ready? Dr. Bagwell said this so well. 2,000 years ago, when Jesus came to the earth, women were way too low. They were treated like goats, treated like dogs, treated like another farm animal, just a piece of property. Women were way too low. And he said that when Jesus comes back the second time, women are going to be way too high and trying to be the head of all things. Y'all talk to me right there. Talk to me. And girls, don't feel bad. You're not inferior. You're not lesser. You're actually, girls, you're allowed to say amen. You're actually the crowning of all creation.
That's right. Yes, sir.
My. All right. God made creation. King James said it's good. Then he saw man alone. Here's a quote. He said, it is not good.
That's right.
All the ladies look at your husband and say, not good. And then he brought the woman in the picture. By the way, little second coming, need somebody to shout here. You got a picture of Calvary and the coming.
That's right.
For in the hours of darkness, God opened up his side and pulled the bride out.
That's right. It's happening.
And at Calvary, God opened up the side of the Lord Jesus, and that's where his bride came from. Y'all ain't helping me. Alright? And then God brought a bride to the Son, chapter 2 of the Bible, and in the second to last chapter in Revelation, he's going to bring a bride to his Son.
That's right.
Y'all ain't helping me. getting this thing back out of the devil's hands and making everything right the way the Lord likes it.
Amen.
Okay? So there, watch this. What was y'all doing? Where we at? I'm in verse 10. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Now, believe it or not, I don't think I'm going to spend much time on this hair business. There is some heresy business that we got to get to in verse 19. Would everybody look at verse 19? Y'all don't mind Bible teaching a little while, do you?
Oh, praise be help.
After he dealt with the hair business and got the headship in order, in verse 18 he said, for first of all, when you come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe. Even Paul didn't believe everything. And then he says something very interesting. There must be also heresies among you. Now we'll come back to that in a second. Let's talk about hair first and heresy second. Isn't it amazing? Now this blew my toothpaste out when I first saw this. That before the Lord's Supper, that church could be made right and filled with the Spirit of God, and fellowship around the Lord's table, and have that body and blood be filled with Christ. It was amazing that he dealt with hair and then heresy. Wonder what's going on there. Hair and heresy. Well, I'm going to say it like I'm going to need y'all to help me. I need y'all to help me right. We can make this simple if y'all come with me. Hair gives us the right covering. What he's teaching there is some things need to be covered. I ain't helping. And then you know what the heresy did? It gave us a good uncovering. Would you look at the heresy, verse 19? For there must, all right, I'm going to read this. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are bad may be seen before all. No, that was my ESV. I thought this was the early service. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me go here where Zach was straight. Yeah, he's such a man. So in verse 19, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are misbehaving in the church can be kicked out. No, that's a parallel NIV study thing. Let's try again. Why the Lord's letting divisions and heresies. The word heresy, go on my Bible in a second, Dr. Eddie. You do a word study on division and heresy. Same thing. Divisions and heresies. It's to take a piece of paper and rip it in half right down the middle. Wonder why God would allow tearings and divisions and heresies. It's interesting. You do your word study, heresies. Do your word study, and the old etymology there, it's spelled hair. H-A-I-R-E-S-I-E-S. And when you bring it to the English, it turns into heresies right there. Hair and heresies. And so, I wonder why God would let something rip right down the middle in the church. That they which are approved.
Come on.
He ain't looking for who's bad.
Come on.
He's looking for who's good.
Come on.
Which may be made manifest among you. All right, I've preached one sermon and laid the groundwork for another. Are y'all ready? Let's have our piece of meat now, and then we'll be done. Are y'all ready?
Come on.
Honey, we got to get the hair and the heresy right in our church.
Come on.
What does this hair do? It gives us the right covering. You know why it says that the man, it's a shame for him to be covered? It's kind of like this. Now, whose boy is this really the boy? Okay. Okay. Are you married to Zane? to illustrate this. Brother Zach, you stand right here. And then sister, you come right behind them. And every kid, every church needs a red-headed kid.
That's right.
You cannot have church without a red-headed kid hanging around somewhere.
That's right.
Okay, now watch this. If one of these Muslims will come in here in the next 20 seconds with an AK-47, and we've been picking on Zach, but I'm not joking now. How shameful would it be for him to jump behind her and say, "Cover me, honey, cover me"? The whole reason that God wants the man to be uncovered and the woman to be covered is symbolic of who they are and how it works.
That's right.
Let's say you had a crazy evangelist in here. No, we better use another illustration. Let's say you had some wild, goofy event. No, that ain't working either. What if when your wife was singing a while ago, somebody come in that door and just tore up right through here and went at your way? Well, I seen them overalls you was wearing today, and that wasn't for show. I got a feeling this large man would take out that man and 10 other men before they got to her. You don't know why? It's his role, it's his God-given place to cover her.
That's right.
Now, Eddie, come here. You're God the Father. Turn around and look right. Matter of fact, that wild man's coming through here in a minute. And then you come here, young man. You're going to be God the Son. You get right here. What did our verse say? The head of Christ is God. Jesus even was a submissive son to his Father. Can I get a witness?
Amen.
When things are in order, you got the man. If he'll ever get in his place, everybody else can. If he'll get behind Jesus and submit it to Jesus.
Oh my, listen to this.
And Jesus is already at the right hand of the Father. The Father is the one, God's being the Father. And this woman is in the right place. And then the mama and the wife, she's taking care of the babies. Y'all need, hey listen, my generation's a bunch of rebels. Quit being mad about how far down the totem pole you are. The more deeper you are down, the more precious you are.
You're exactly
There's
right.
more layers of protection out in front of you. That's why you're way down there, is because God put you way up there.
That's right,
On
brother.
the precious system. Y'all ain't helping me. Now watch what, here's God's order. The old black preacher in Savannah, Georgia said years ago, you'll never get over what you need to get over until you get under what you're supposed to be under.
That's right, brother.
What's the devil after? He's after the babies.
That's right.
You'd like to kill them, that's abortion. You'd like to stop them from coming, that's men with men, women with women. Y'all talk to me.
Come on, preacher.
What was they killing when Moses was born? What was they killing when Christ was born? And what are they killing out in the second coming is after the babies.
Yep, that's right, preacher.
If a man's right, he'll have the Father, the Son in front of him, and his wife and babies behind him.
That's right, preacher. Good, preacher.
Now here's where we're at in this hour. The men have gone off in sin and worldliness and idolatry and self, and the women are left uncovered, and they have gone over and running after the American worldly way. The Father and the Son take a back seat. Come on back here, boys, on the altar, and that's where you weep. And then just sit right there. And the Son says to the Father, I'm sorry, Father. They won't submit. And the little kids are left. The mamas are out trying to be Rosie O'Donnell, Hillary Clinton, Ellen DeGeneres, Nancy Pelosi. Who else are we mad at? Who are we doing? We mad at Jane. I'm still mad at Jane Fonda, Vietnam.
Amen.
And here that man comes in. We're in a mess. The daddies told Jesus, I'm going to do what I want to. That rebellion leaked down into the women, and they said, well, I'm going to do what I want to. And then that kid's out there being his own boss, his own man. Why do you think they're all losing their mind? They're not allowed to be children. They're forced to be adults because all the adults are acting like children. Am I scared them to death? Let's try that again. I woke somebody up or something. Let's try that again. Honey, the children are having to act like adults because the adults are acting like children. Boy, I had a good morning with you men, but after I left y'all, it got rough. I've had 4 conflicts today, spiritual battles. I had a young man call me. Y'all listen here just for a second. I had a young man call me about your age, his little preacher boy. The church ran his pastor off. We had a revival last summer like you wouldn't believe. It went 6 weeks. I was in it twice. I went in and out of that meeting 3 different times. After the revival, the old deacon and the treasurer told the pastor, they're going to think I'm making this up. Y'all are going to think I'm making this up. I'm going to quote for you. They run the preacher off. Here's what they told me. God don't run this church. That's a quote. I'm not exaggerating. They said the Bible don't run this church. That's a quote. They held up the church constitution. They said, we can talk to our lawyers. This is the final authority. The last time I seen that little boy, he was standing there holding the flag in a 4-hour service. The power of God running everywhere and the glory of God running. There's so much heaven coming there that old hell moved in. And cut the recording for just a moment. If you're recording, just pause. Take the church over. So they took over. Now I got a call today, a little fella. It was a suicide call. Oh, son. I mean, I come in here heavy tonight. I was like the pastor. I come in heavy. Because I received that. Boy called me. The families didn't do right. The church didn't do right. And now what ought to be a little preacher boy flourishing is a little fella in the wilderness. And I said, son, they got you on that medication. Yes, sir. I told them I didn't want it. They forced me on it. I said, there's a reason it says suicidal tendencies.
Right.
I said, boy, you ain't losing your mind. That medicine's what's wrong with you. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You're close enough to university, y'all probably don't like that. I said, son, there ain't nothing wrong with you. That medicine's making you crazy. They're flooding your own brain with its own serotonin, and nobody has ever studied on what happens when you dope yourself with your own dope that God gave you.
Good.
I needed that boy to know there wasn't nothing wrong with him. It's that stinking medicine they got him on. I said, my son, and he said this. He's like begging me to take me off of it. I know I have to come off of it slowly. He said, well, nobody will help me. They just give me more. I got news for you. When we get this thing right, Daddy will go to Jesus. And he'll get right and they'll get back in their place. Daddy will go to Mama and say, let's get this thing right, and she'll get back in place.
Oh,
And the Father's heaven, look here. Looky here. See there? You got to tell children what to do. Help me now.
that's right.
Oh my. Every one of y'all be seated and thank you. Let me tell you something. That business of being covered. When the devil comes in this church, there ought to be some things covered.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You men ought to cover your pastor. You ought to hold up his arms and gather around him like a bunch of buffalo when a lion comes. Get around that, and y'all ought to gather around. Y'all ought to cover up that King James Bible, honey. And don't let no bunch of liberals come in here and steal that from you. Y'all talk to me now. There's some things ought to be Moses covering. I didn't mean to be looking at you when I said the great thing for hair. You got enough on that mustache, that operative, and it just wrap it on up there. But y'all killed my sound on purpose. Now watch this. Let's go to the heresies, and I'm done. Wonder why there must be heresies. So some things will be uncovered.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to talk to you, church, right here on Saturday night. I'll be done preaching in about 5, 7 minutes. And in 10 minutes, we'll wrap up this 15-minute session. Then we'll close it in 20 minutes. And I'll be done preaching in 30 minutes with this 45-minute lesson that I'm fixing to give you for the next hour. No, 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7. And all that gave me leeway so nobody can sue me. Heresies. Look what it says. There must be heresies among you. And they which are approved. I'm going to say this to you, church. And it happens to every one of the Lord's true churches. This is what happens to the body of Christ. He'll bring a heresy. He'll bring a heretic. He'll bring somebody that tears it and just tries to tear it right down the middle.
Yes, sir.
That don't discourage God.
That's right.
God's the one who put the word must there.
That's right.
God said this has got to happen.
That's right.
And you know what the Lord's doing? He ain't looking for the bad ones in the church. He already knows who they are.
That's right.
John 6, one of you is a devil.
That's right.
And he knew it from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
You know what he's doing? He's looking for those that he can put his approval on. Who's on the Lord's side? They said Moses, Korah, and his bunch of rebels. Who does Moses think he is? The leader of this? Maybe because he was the leader of this. Help me now. That's chapter 10. Y'all got your Bibles open? Chapter 10, verse 3. Under Moses. Is that verse 3? Verse 2, Eddie? Thank you. Zach, where was you when I needed you? Does it say Moses right there? They were baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. Honey, he'd been done down to the burning bush. God doesn't call him. I tell y'all this, God calls a man to lead.
Yes, sir.
Y'all talk to me right there. And Korah and his company somewhere in the middle of Numbers. Who does Moses think he is? And the Bible said the Lord came suddenly.
That's right.
Came suddenly. All right, everybody. In the morning. Everybody gather up with your people. And you be standing with who you want to stand with. And everybody stood with Korah and his bunch. The earth opened up and swallowed them alive down into the pit. And this is where Aaron's rod budded. Watch this. This is where the resurrection power moved in. That stick came alive.
Yes.
And had the leaves and the fruit grown off of it. They put Aaron's rod that budded in that Ark of the Covenant at a later time. This is where resurrection came in.
Yes, sir.
You know when resurrection power is going to hit your church? When God gets a bunch of rebels swallowed up down in the pit.
Oh, my.
Oh, y'all talk to me now. Speaking of digging a well, you know what else my friend told me? Them old timers could take a stick, thinking of Aaron's rod that budded, and find water. You know what he said it was? And the old timers call that witching. He said that's wicked. There ain't no magic to it. Help me now.
That's right.
He said you gotta cut it off of a green tree. It's got to be a green branch. Listen to what he said. He said the old timer hold it out there lightly and loosely, and it'll find the water if it'll tug down. You know what he said it was? Oh, I learned me something last week. The sap in that green branch is still alive,
Oh, my.
and that sap always goes for the water.
Oh,
Woo! That ought to help y'all better than it was.
my. Come on, praise.
Oh, there's something in me alive, honey. He said, I'm the vine, you the branches. I got that sap. And when I find me a well of water, honey, I go to hungering for it.
Yes, sir.
Hankering for it. Leaning in for it. Y'all keep having church. There's some real folk going to come around with sap in them, and they've been cut out of a wild olive tree, and they're hunting real water.
Yes, sir.
Not some cesspool, some mega contemporary outfit. They're hunting, they got sap, and they're looking for water. Leave me alone. Heresies. Go back to heresies. That they which are approved. Let me say it like this, Pastor Thomas, what the Lord, what the Lord's going to do. When He comes into a church, every once in a while, if you want to look at it between 5 and 7, there's a cycle that leave me alone. And maybe every 3.5, that's a tribulation period. But God will come through the church. He'll say, I wonder who will stand, who will actually stand with me and stand for me in this church. I need to use some people. I got some things I'm fixing to do. I need to know who I can use. Let's tear this thing right down the middle, that they which are approved
Yes, sir. That's right.
can be made manifest.
Wow.
Did you know what? I'll even go this far. Some of you may be bad ones, but given the chance, you may say, you know what? I ain't running with the rebels no more.
Preach on.
I'm going to do the right thing here. And you step over the Lord and say, look at there. He just got my approval. Look what's been manifested. Look what's been brought forth. Look what's been brought out. Look what's been brought in the public. God will let a church rip right down the middle so that He can find out who's good, who's usable, who's submitted, who's willing, who He can bless, and who He can put in place for what He's doing next.
Wow, that's good preaching.
Oh my. 2 stories run through my head just now. I need to tell you that I think I'm done. I'm thinking of a church down in Florida. They was a whole outfit. Oh my goodness, they looked so gifted. They sounded so spiritual. They were so popular. Everybody was bumping around them. Are y'all helping me?
Come on.
He could speak 4 languages, and you'd think he could speak 40 the way he told it. Russian spy, had been, CIA. I know people in Madison County, don't you mess with me. I got this friend named Zach. He's a manly man. He likes Wranglers. CIA. And his little wife sat over there, and she was a magnet. You watch out for your personalities and your magnets.
You're right.
Come to find out, that wasn't her first husband.
Ouch.
She got him by talking him into her and leaving his wife and babies. She's in there, oh, so gifted, so likable. Everybody, I can tell you names. It'll lay it on my heart to tell this. Well, honey, it took about 3.5 years, all it took. He decided he knew more than the pastor, and she decided she knew more than all of them. She tried to be Sarah Palin. It was the awfulest thing. She tried to be SPJ, Sarah Palin Jr. Oh, Lord, they took 40 people out of that church. Went and started the church and said, the church don't have an address. We're free. Meeting at homes, meeting at whim, meeting just wherever, meeting on a whim. Until he got a building, then his church had an address. Wow, that worked out so fast all of a sudden. Well, now they're split up, everybody with them split up, and most of them that left with them ain't even in the Lord's house no more. And you know what happened? The 40 that left. I began to watch that church. Here their little spots began to be filled up with humble servants. God sent a revival. And out of all them little humble servants that God began to bring in the church and raise up that was there, did you He's looking for who he can approve. I had to deal with a situation in my church. There's 11 families. They was playing softball. Ain't nothing wrong with softball. That ain't why the Lord died for the church, so we can play softball.
That's right.
You know, if y'all want to go out there and play a softball game, I can play with you until the first time my gout twitches and I'm screaming like a 9-year-old Romanian orphan girl and expect everybody to come around and feel sorry for me. And don't continue playing, but sit with me and help me hurt. Zach, I hope you're there for me when the time comes. Ain't nothing wrong with softball, but this bunch done made a god out of it. It wasn't a church league, it was a community league. They played on Sundays. They had one bag for the softballs, and the bats had another bag for all the tobacco and the beer. And I'll be appropriate here, Pastor. When it got back to me, when it was reported commonly to me of what was happening in the motels, after 2 years of being there, I tolerated, prayed. You don't just jump on something. You wait on God. Then when it became commonly reported, I went to the Lord, and it was a funny thing because He was heading for me. I was like, Lord, ain't like Dean. Okay. And I said this to the Lord. Time for me now to go to Russia, Romania, like we've been talking about. The Iron Curtain's falling. Aren't you proud you have missionary candidates?
Oh.
I think you need missionaries, Lord. While I was talking, he was talking. Dean said in order the things that are wanting. I put you in that church to straighten it out. Well, I was saying, I'd be so glad to be a missionary right now to Romania and Russia. I don't care about these Southerners and their silly softball. But I finally quit talking because he had the backhand in. I was like, okay. I said, Lord, don't. I mean, y'all ever talk spiritual with Jesus? Don't you need missionaries? He said, yep, to that little country church in North Florida swamp. I need a missionary. That ain't what I said, Lord. I'm saying something. He said, if you say much else, you'll be swallowing some of your teeth. And I said, now you go over there and don't resign and don't quit, but set in order what I put you there to set in order. I said, and walked over to the yard, didn't call a business meeting, didn't vote. Called all the men in the fellowship hall. Only that day was not a fellowship hall. It was just a hall. I said, all right, no more softball, no more sinning. Thank you very much. Service at 6 tonight. They had to hold one man back. I'm telling you, there was some demon-possessed people. He's a big man. He'll hurt me. 3 men holding him. From me to the... I'm having trouble with it, to the wall. They held him right there. Snarling, cursed, turned purple. There's some bad people. There's a swamp church. I can tell you some stories about it. Violent. They run one man out in 1967, and he had to run through the gauntlet. The men ran him out, and the women through a gauntlet and beat him on his bald head with their heels, clapped out in the yard bleeding. They come out and kicked him around. So I ain't talking about a little whispering campaign. These folks meant business. Right when God put me in that church, I met an old man named Edgar Wilkerson. He shook my hand, swallowed. His hand was as large as a country hen. 6'5", gentle, great man of God, squeezed my hand. I was 21. That's 26 years ago. I said, I'm digging this. I'm pastor. First Baptist Church of Lawley over here. Oh, that old man grabbed me and loved it. Oh, boy. That was my first church in 51. He said they ran me off in 52. He said the Masons in that bunch, he said they ran my obituary in the newspaper. Brought it to my house. Had the newspaper delivered to my house. He said I read my own obituary. He said the only thing God's ever done by that church is bring in young preachers. Bang, bang. I said, thank you, sir. 11 families, 6 months, they tried to destroy me. And God stood them up, walked them out when they did. So a man stood up and walked down. He actually looked them in their face. He said, I'm standing with my preacher. I've been stupid my whole life, but not no more. I'm going with God. Not with y'all. They jeered. They cursed him. They persecuted him for 2 or 3 years. After they were gone from our place, they still persecuted him. God saved his wife in the next service. God saved his both daughters the next service. Saved his in-laws the third service. And his children are serving God in the ministry. And he's a pastor. Has been many years. Preach revivals and camp meetings, and he's got kids in Bible college all over, and he's got several missionaries on the field. Y'all ain't helping me. The Lord is saying, who can I approve of? Who am I going to bless? Who am I going to use? There's got to be heresies amongst us. The Lord ain't a bit discouraged. Oh, but we're trying to build a church. Well, why don't you quit? That ain't your job. He said, I'll build the church.
That's right.
Upon this rock, I'll build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. We're supposed to reach people. Well, you're going to. Corinthians 18, I have much people in this city. You're going to. Oh, my. Y'all enjoy this study tonight. Well, I never got to my 3-point outline. I'll preach that another time. That's what God does when our hair, and that hair business is simply the headship. We're submitted to Christ and submitted to each other. The precious things are covered. And the devil can't get your church, he can't get your home. And then that heresy brings an uncover. God's looking for who he can approve. He can be manifest. Let's bow our heads, sister. Come and play on the piano. Let's all stand. If you'd like tonight, Christian, you don't have to. Not everybody has to do this, but if you'd just like to find your little place to pray, let's have a little prayer tonight. While Sister plays, let's come around. If you'd like to come and pray. these scriptures sink in our heart. Preacher, I want you to stand right here and lead your church in prayer. Church, would you come around? Let's pray tonight. God, and take these scriptures. God, and take these truths. Let's gather around and have prayer. Sister, if you would, sing a verse in the chorus of that. While we pray.
His comfort in sorrow and
Yes.
peace will hope
Yes.
for tomorrow. Jesus is precious to me. He's all that I pray for.
Yes.
What could I ask for Jesus?
Yes.
Is precious to me. Jesus is precious. He is so precious. Jesus is precious to me. He is my Savior, Lord, my Master. Jesus is precious to me. Jesus is precious. He is so precious. Jesus is precious to me. He is my Savior, Lord and my Master. Jesus is precious to me.
Brother Dean, thank you. Appreciate you.
One of the men just told the pastor, that must not like what's going on at 4 cars. Alarm's going off. Right now. You reckon he's changing gears around here, Bill? Never ran that stuff before. It's exciting. God moves it. Hell moves it. Ain't that something? So the Spirit rattles spells.
People think it's make-believe. It ain't real.
Sir.
We had a conversation this morning around the breakfast table. He said, fellas, I'm not here to discourage you. This is to encourage you. Man, I don't know. I just know that God's in control. I have prayed and prayed and prayed for a few things in the ministry, and I've told you already. Prayed 5 years ago that God would send some men that would be called to preach under my ministry. I very privileged, very honored, very humble. Zach stepped out. He didn't do it rash. He didn't do it. He's a preacher for months. He said something's going on, and I said, buy you some good shoes, brother. Run, run, run. And I'll tell anybody and everybody the same thing. I said, if you can outrun it, it ain't God. But if you can't get away from it, you better mind God. And I just preached Wednesday night, and I said, there's 2 more people the Lord's put on my heart that somebody's God's dealing with. They ain't spoken a word to me about it. One of them called me Thursday morning. He said, preacher, I'm going to set my wife down on Saturday. I'm going to tell her what the Lord's doing in my life. So how do you think she's going to take it? He says she's going to be beyond excited. And I knew when that happened that we were going to fight. This is exactly and I'm just going to be real with you. I can't do this tomorrow morning. If y'all say it, then you'll say it. This is what the Lord laid on my heart. In my quiet time, the day before yesterday, I was praying. God said, listen, don't get discouraged on it. He said, because if you have to, in the end, we can start it over again. The Lord laid on my heart that there was going to be some people that were going to leave. You say, well, I didn't realize y'all were having problems. There is no big problems. Big problems are problems that are unhandled. Nobody's left, nobody's mad. Yet. But you nailed it tonight with Harrison. Church, you better be ready when the paper gets torn. God's looking for who's going to hang in there and who's not. Who He can use and who He can't. Well, it's been good to be in the house.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Dean McNeese is a different evangelist. Souls are very precious to this man. But when God called him into the ministry, into evangelism, He called him to evangelize the church. Sure, he has meetings that he gets in where he's shouting, screaming, hollering. Folks is getting saved. But his burden's for the church, and that's the reason I love him. I call him, I lean on him. Preacher, I need some help. Tell me what I need. What do you think? What's the Word of God say? I mean, after all, the Bible says we just seek counsel. Well, tomorrow's Sunday morning, and the multitudes will be here. And God's done great work while the multitudes were away. I pray you be here. Zach's good to see your mom and daddy. Thank y'all for being here. I don't know if I've ever told y'all or not, but I love you so. It's precious to me. And I'd stand in the fire for it. I got a good one. He's good to me. Even if he likes Frank. But anyway, fine individual. Good man. God's done a lot with him. Appreciate him and his family, his wife. His kids are special. Well, let's go to the house. I ain't eaten supper yet. If I'm going to smile at church in the morning, I better get supper tonight. So, anybody got a word on their heart they'd like to say before we close? Anybody got anything they'd like to say? Going once? Yes, sir. That's right. Please pray for Brother Ray's sister. Got some lung issues going on there. See y'all. Lord to meet with us again. Tonight when you go home, won't you pray for this evangelist? By the way, you got a wife and kids that are home tonight about it. There's sacrifice that takes place for what he does. We will try our best to plan to go back to his meeting in July 27th, 28th, 29th. Is that right? Up in Ringo. If you've ever been involved in an outdoor meeting under a tabernacle, power of God falls on that place. Unbelievable. Well, let's take up all of it real quick. Oh, you might have to go with it. We used to be. Here's what I'll say when the plate passes by you. You dismiss. I'm going to pray for the offering. Brother Dean, if you'll make your way to the back door. Back there, I'd love for you to everybody to love on him, encourage him. Don't forget to pray for him tonight. We'll give him a good night's rest, give him good work for tomorrow morning. And we'll just go to church and Sunday school at 10, church at 11 in the morning. Let's just pray over this offering. Like I said, when they get to the back, church are dismissed. Father, I thank you, God, for Lord, just meeting with me, Lord. God, you've helped me so much tonight. Lord, it's evident the devil don't like what we're doing. But greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Lord, we love you tonight. Bless this time of giving in Jesus' name. Amen.